You can plan and you can prepare, but sometimes the unexpected just happens. And I'm going to share a personal experience of something like that happening to me. Now, this is way back. My friends and I, we decided to take a trip to Hawaii, our first time going to Hawaii. And we wanted to go during summer, so we booked the flights in March. So we were going in July, and that's 4 months in advance, right? So that's pretty good planning. July comes, the day comes. We're packed up, we're ready to go. We take a trip out to the airport and we check in. Now we check in, we get our boarding passes. All we have to do now is wait to board the airplane. While we were waiting though, announcement comes in. Boom, Mr. Chang, can you come to the counter please? I'm Mr. Chang. So I go to the counter and I ask what's up. And the guy says, you will not be able to board this flight. Your friends will, but you won't. And I was like, hell no, why? And they said, they overbooked the flight and there's no seats for me. So I will have to wait for the next flight. I said, no way, no way. So I asked him to see what he could do. And he said there's nothing that he can do. So you know how they got that counter right there? I slammed my hand on the counter and I said, this and you. And I was angry. How would you react, right? Do you know what he did? He pointed his finger at me and he said, you shut up. And now everybody is looking at us. They're seeing what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna react. How would you react? So you know what I did? Do you know how I reacted? Nothing. I didn't do a damn thing. I shut my ass up and I sat my ass back down. My name is Sonny and this is Sonny English. And in this channel, I provide real tips and tricks on how to get your PTE score. So if you're new here, please subscribe. Now, once again, you can plan and you can prepare, but sometimes the unexpected just happens. And this is especially true when it comes to taking the PTE. What do I mean by that? Those PTE staff members. Why do I say that? I don't call them examiners. Why? Are they really examiners? If you really think about it, what do they actually do? Two things happened recently, and I wanted to share that with you, just so you know what you might expect when you go and take the exam. Now keep in mind, this is in Australia. This happened in Australia, and I had a student maybe a couple months back, and he was struggling to get the speaking score. He couldn't get 79 in the speaking score, and we practiced a little bit together, and he went and took the exam. Boom, 90 in speaking. However, he didn't get that listening. He got about 76, so he had to retake that exam, right? Now, this time when he went to take that exam, the person there, I didn't call him an examiner, the person working there decided to take it upon himself to give instructions. And he was telling people how to speak into that microphone. The first thing that he said was that he doesn't want you to speak loudly into the microphone. And I kind of agree with that. We don't need to scream and shout, right? The second thing he said was you just speak softly into that microphone. Now, when I practice with people, I don't ever teach anyone to scream and shout, but also for damn sure, I never ask anyone to whisper or speak softly into that microphone like you're being romantic and shit, right? Now my student's confused because this is coming from a person with authority. This is an official person that works at the test center, right? So you would think they know what they're talking about. So my student listened to him and he got 66 in the speaking. He went from 90 in the speaking to 66 in the speaking because this guy decided to take it upon himself to give instructions on a test that he knew nothing about. Yes, I'm saying these people who work at the test centers have no idea what the PTE test is about. I'm pretty damn sure in Australia, the people that work at these test centers have never taken the PTE exam before. So this person has probably never taken the exam before and he's trying to give instructions. That's like someone with no children trying to give parents parenting advice. Or someone with no job and no money trying to teach you how to run a successful business. My advice in this situation would be, listen to whatever your coach told you. Whatever you guys practice together, when you go and take the exam, do it the exact same way. Don't listen to what they gotta say over there, because they don't know jack shit. Now the second thing that happened is also related to someone that works there. This woman kept walking around telling people to be quiet, talking too loud, and she was distracting people. She was walking around making hand gestures during one of the most important tasks in all of the PTE. And speaking is very important, especially that repeat sentence, right? So she did that to my student when she was doing the repeat sentence. During the repeat sentence, she thought my student was speaking too loud. So she came around making hand gestures, talking about, I'm gonna warn you, I'm gonna report you, and making stupid ass hand gestures. And they are distracting the people taking the exam. This woman had no damn sense. We have to pay $340 to take this exam. And it's not like it's reading, where you get distracted in reading, you can just go back and read it again. In the speaking, you get one shot. You do it right, or it's gone. That woman felt so compelled to go around and distract people during one of the most important modules in the PTE. Now, if they don't have a better system of doing that, my only advice would be just to ignore them. If you feel like everything you're doing is correct, it's what you practice and what you want to do, and you don't feel like you're speaking too loud, but they just want to come around and jeopardize your $340, talking about you're talking too loud and they want to report you, ignore it. But now if you really are in there shouting and screaming and stuff like that, cut that shit out. You're affecting everybody else. You don't really need to scream and shout to take this exam, but you definitely don't whisper into that microphone. Do what you feel like is right. Do what you have been practicing for. These people have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know anything about the PTE. There you have it. That's my little take on something that you might encounter while you're taking the exam. Once again, my name is Sonny and this is Sonny English. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one.